Hey again guys, two heads up here. Welcome to another one of my PVM boss guides. So Desert Treasure 2 just came out and we're going to go over Vardorvis. Now I'm going to give a unique perspective on Vardorvis. The wiki and most guides advocate for a high damage setup, and in this video we'll be showcasing a high mitigation setup. This will be extremely useful for you guys that have a high death count on this boss, right? You die a lot on this boss. And this is definitely a cheaper setup as well. So let's dive right into it. So we're using full Justiciar here. And for you guys that don't know, the full set has an damage mitigation bonus. So Vardorvis only does slash damage. So the higher slash defense, the higher percent damage mitigation of the Justiciar gives. So this is probably around 15 or 17% damage mitigation, which is significant. On top of, so why a high defensive setup is also viable is every time that he hits you, he heals you. He heals himself. So the less he can hit you, the less he's going to heal himself, which is effectively more damage, right? So we got the full Justiciar. We got a Bloodfury. A Bloodfury isn't necessary, but it's very helpful. You're getting your money's worth out of using it on this boss. So if you do have a Bloodfury, you're putting it to good use on this boss. Ring of Suffering. Ring of Suffering is extremely good. It does recoil damage, and so that kind of mitigates, along with your Thralls, and the Ring of Suffering mitigates the chip healing he does onto himself. And then nothing really else fancy here. Ferocious gloves, Primordial boots, Avernic, and the Abyssal Tentacle. Now I have tried the Fang, and I personally prefer the Tentacle. I don't see the appeal of the Fang whatsoever, and I have obviously used it on Slash because this boss is weak to Slash. The Tentacle works, I think, better. It's faster, um, and has a much higher Slash bonus. So, um, yeah, I prefer the Tentacle. It's up to you. The Fang works just as fine, except the Tentacle is much, much, much cheaper. And so for this inventory, you do need combo food. You do need Karambwans. High healing food and Karambwans. Regular super combats are just fine. You don't waste your divines here. When you're learning, you're gonna be struggling to even get one kill a trip. One or two prayer potions is fine. If you don't have the teleport here, you're gonna need to bring a stamina. And the fairy ring code for here, I think, is BLS. So it's a relatively long walk. That's why you need the stamina if you don't have the teleport. Um, yeah, and then you're using Thralls, so runes in your book for your Thralls. And then finally, your spec weapon is going to be Staff of the Dead. And what the spec of the Toxic Staff of the Dead as well does is it cuts all melee damage in half, which is huge for the final phase of this boss. And on top of that, the Staff of the Dead, look at the slash bonus on this thing. It's only 20 less than the whip, and it's the same attack speed as the whip. And it's got decent strength bonus as well, not as high as the whip, obviously, but you're only using this for the last quarter health or third of health that the boss has. Alright, so let's walk in and I'll go over the positioning before we start the boss. So you see I've got 3 tiles marked here, and these are, I guess you could say, your safe spot. And so it doesn't matter. You could hug any 3 tiles of any pillar. So let's go over the axis orientations. The axis in regular mode, the axes come from all the corners and north, south, east, west as well. And so when an axe comes from north, south, east, or west, right? These 2 tiles are safe right here. If an axe comes diagonally in any direction, this is your safe tile. So none of the diagonal axes will hit you if you stand on this tile. So northwest, southeast, right? none of these will hit you if you stand on this tile. So you're gonna see me um, hug and dance between these tiles depending upon where the axes come from. Alright, let's pot up and get started here. Game sounds are very useful for this boss, especially for the range attack. And I'm going to take my time here. Don't immediately attack the boss, since he's got that awkward 2x2 tile. Just be patient, just wait. Same thing for these thorns here. Don't immediately panic click and run around. Make sure one isn't spawning underneath you before you move. Wait for the others to spawn. That's a misclick there. I clicked on the boss. And then when he gets about to 1/3, we'll equip the Staff of the Dead. Now, when this mechanic comes, as soon as you finish it, you can eat and get an instant attack off on the boss. So take advantage of that. I shouldn't have moved there. So, I'm just going to eat this axe here. Now I'm going to equip my Staff of the Dead. And you can see it's doing its mitigation already. I'm going to eat as soon as this mechanic's done. I meant to turn off the music. Hopefully it's not too loud. Oh, I didn't see that axe. I'm just going to camp this for now. Get attack off and then combo eat. Alright, hopefully that damn music wasn't too loud. And that's about it. I didn't summon Thralls kind of halfway through the fight there because it got a little intense. And the boss is not going to attack you. So this would definitely be a teleport and heal kill. So, alright, that's about it. You can see the huge mitigation there. I made several errors during that fight, and the Justiciar and this Staff of the Dead definitely kept me alive. Yeah, really, the only thing I can recommend is when you're first starting off, or most of all kills, just teleport out and heal up after every kill. It's not worth it. You're going to be wasting your time. This fight is very RNG. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.